I want each of you to take us back to draft night, where you were and what were your expectations?
It was 1999. We had a great year. I went to Colorado State. We had come off a great year. And so I was expecting to get drafted. I felt like I would put my college numbers up against anybody. But it was a unique draft, I will say, because that was the year the ABL folded. So there was a huge influx of already proven professionals. So it was a deep draft. And for me, waiting for it it doesn't have all the glitz and the glamour. There was no room or anything. We're just kind of watching stuff pop up on the internet, which was still like dial-up at the time. It was still like, you know. And after round after round, team after team, not hearing your name, I mean, I think your heart drops just a little bit more every time. And there's just so much hope going into it that when it doesn't happen, I mean, it's just supremely disappointing. I mean, I was in tears. I was so upset. And I think I got together with one of my assistant coaches and we went and grabbed a bite to eat or something. And she kind of talked me off the ledge a little bit and gave me a pep talk. And then from there, I came into New York as a free agent and just battled.
We had a pretty deep class. So I was kind of expected to get drafted. Probably a lot of people told me like second round, maybe third round. If you ain't going top 10 first round, it's like that little bit of doubt that anybody could be in them spots. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go watch it by myself. And then I went to the gym, I watched it by myself. By the end of it, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like my name ain't get called. First person that called me was my mom. Heard my mom's voice, I just broke down. It's like the worst feeling ever. But literally a few minutes after my mom called, I had talked to one of my assistant coaches on the phone, Coach Trish, and she was like, Pratt, all you need is an opportunity. All you need is an opportunity. When you get that opportunity, you just go in there and you prove everybody wrong. That's when Mike Tebow called me and was like, we want you to come to training camp in DC. My agent had called me like right after that and was like, it's a couple other teams that want you to come, so you got to make a decision, like where are you gonna go? It was DC, Chicago, and there was one other team. I think it might have been Indiana. And I'm like, that's a no-brainer for me. I'm gonna go home.
The crazy part is that I was in the same draft class as TP, and my senior year was a little bit different from everybody's senior year because I had lost my mom my junior year, and my main goal was to just graduate. And basketball was just gonna keep me focused. So, losing my mom probably was the hardest thing in my life. I don't think I can ever feel pain like that again. But my goal was to graduate college, and that's what I promised my mom. So, basketball was just to get me through my days. So for me, I knew I wasn't getting drafted. Going into the draft. Yes, I watched the draft. But I just knew I wasn't getting drafted. Draft happens. I'm signed with Tisha Pinatero, and months pass, no job. So I'm like, Tisha, nobody called for me yet? Not even the WNBA, not overseas, not nowhere. I'm like, nobody called for me yet? She was like, yeah, I've been working. September, I get a call to go and play in Puerto Rico. One of my friends that I played against in high school, Dasha Lee, that also played for the national team in Puerto Rico. She called me, she said, I got an opportunity for you. I'm just like, where at? I'm like, you don't know nobody like that. You play in Puerto Rico. She was like, no, we got a spot here in Puerto Rico, but the money is not that much. I'm like, how much is it? It's like $200 a week. So for me, I had to sit down with like my family and my in-laws at the time and, my best friend. And it was really to get me back to my true love. It wasn't about the money. It was just like, you just need to go to get back to what you love. I'll have to say, like, that was probably the best decision of my life. And money had nothing to do with it. It just really got me back to what I love doing.
I didn't know the game. I didn't know that I was not supposed to make it, that they probably already have their roster set. I didn't understand the numbers part of it. I thought I had a decent shot. And I think that mindset of just, I thought I could, even though that wasn't really reality in my mind, I still thought I could make it. I think plays a big role in how you approach things. Teresa Weatherspoon and Vicki Johnson, Coquise Washington beat the hell out of me every day. And I think at the end of my training camp, when it came time to making cuts, Vicki Johnson and Teresa Weatherspoon were the one to vouch for me. Said, we like that kid. We hit her hard, and she kept getting back up.
We wanted every day to be a very tough day for her because she was undrafted, because she wanted to be a part of the Liberty. And she had no clue what we were about. The kid got up every single time. She gained our respect by what she brought every day. Every day she brought energy, effort, determination, that grit, that grind of New York City. She brought it every day.
I think that's how you just earn people's respect, though, as you go about your business, you do it the right way, play hard, and let the chips fall where they may.
So played in Puerto Rico for 2 years, and then, I got another agent, and I ended up signing with Fabio Giardini, and he was just, I got you a training camp invite.
So when she called me, she was telling me everything that she was thinking about, going straight to the point, and it's the same way that she's on the court or in life. And I really felt in love with her when I was talking to her, because I felt that was a bunch of things inside and endless energy that she had, and she still has, and that's why she gets whatever she wants to do.
I get a training camp. First day of training camp, Angel McCarthy, get my bags. I'm like, what? But I knew that someone had told her to do that, and that was Shoni Schimmel, because I knew Shoni Schimmel from playing. So I'm just like, all right, I get the bags. I see what's going on. And it was up from there. And I was killing, getting in everybody behind, scoring, directing the team. Second day came. Angel McCarthy said, I want you to bring that same energy that you had yesterday. Like, okay. She said to me, don't let Shoni Schimmel pass half court when we do this drill. I'm like, all right, that was my job. I did not let Shoni Schimmel pass half court. She did not get past half court. Did not foul not one time. So from that day, Michael Cooper had a conversation with me. He's just like, I know that, Angel challenged you in several ways because I told her to. And I think that, showed, Michael Cooper that I wasn't going to ever back down from anybody. And anytime he gave me a challenge, I took it and I ran with it. And for me, that what kind of got my spot.
Going to camp, best situation possible to be going into the league and undrafted, because it's a new coach. Everybody's on an equal playing field. And I knew Mike Tebow had called me first, like, we wanted to take you this round, but another player, Emma Mieseman, was getting high on everybody's radar. So we had to grab her. So it's like 20 of us in camp that year. 20 of us in there. Everybody's competing. Everybody's trying to battle because it's a new coach. So nobody's safe except for the players who are on guaranteed contract, which was only a few. So I'm like, I got a chance. Like, everybody's open. I got an opportunity here where I can make a name for myself. So I wrote down every player that played my position and was like, I'm checking every name off every day. Probably like the third or fourth day, he started cutting some people. The last day it was me and one other girl left. And I'm like, I know for sure we don't need no more bigs. I know for sure I'm going to make this team now.
Alluded to the fact that she basically sized up the group and said, okay, here's the ones that are probably going to stick, and here's the ones that are on the bubble like me. I'm going to beat the heck out of all of them. I'm going to win my matchup with them every day. And coach, let me guard this person today, and tomorrow I'll guard that person. She basically figured out really quickly that, it's a numbers game. If there's 12 people on a team and there's 15 people out here, I got to eliminate 3 people. And that's kind of what she did.
So like right before practice had started, he called me over and was like, you moving into your apartment, you made the team. And I was like, that's the best feeling I could have ever felt after going through not being drafted.